And the Springboks have done it. They create history. Their first ever back-to-back rugby championship titles. To think that the rugby championship started with a massive defeat for the Springboks against the Wallabies to now winning it in London at Twickenham, Twickenham, Springboks second home. They were equal on points on the ladder with the All Blacks at 19, but they had a massive points difference. So it came down, that's what it came down to. The Bokke scoring tries and scoring points. Fantastic. One of the most competitive rugby championships we've ever had. And the Springboks come out on top and they create history while doing it. Springbok fans, Los Pumas fans, what did you guys think of this game? Ended up real close, 29-27, but Springboks doing just enough to hold on there and to win the rugby championship. What did you guys think of the game? What did you think of the tournament this year? Who was your man of the match in this game? Let me know in the comments. Let's just get straight into it. So the Springboks, not their most clinical performance at all, really took a long time to get into the game. That first 30 minutes kind of struggled, a lot of unforced errors, a lot of knocking the ball on when going into contact. They had the yellow card to Kane and Moody, upright in the tackle. Very tough. It's tough to get low there when they step. This is quick movements right up in the defense's faces, but you have to be lower. And he got a yellow card. They're lucky to not get a second yellow card with knocking the ball down, going for an intercept. I've seen those ones get yellow carded. Not as much as the commentator went on about it, but you have seen those ones get yellow carded before. Can we talk about the scrum quick? Kane and Moody there was a man down. The Springboks were a man down. They decide to scrum with one less forward. So Peter Steffetoy moves to 9. Kobus Reinach goes out in the back line. And Bokke still push. It's still tight head, that scrum. It's Argentina's ball. Springboks just walk over the top of it with one less player in the scrum. That was scary scenes, man. It was good to watch. Scary scenes for Argentina. And that was kind of the game throughout, was the Springboks dominating at scrum time. I think Argentina won a penalty right at the back end of the game at a scrum. But Springboks just backed their scrum, and their scrum was dominant in this game. I thought Sasha played well, didn't overplay his hand, although also runs the ball a lot, gets stuck into the contact, does love that. Do think it's hard to back up a performance like he did in Durban, but he played really well in this game. And definitely not as clinical as in the Durban test, and it took a lot longer for the Springboks to get into gear. They finally do click into gear and they finally do score a try right before halftime. Dominant scrum. Kobus Reinach scores it off the back of it. And again, it's that pressure, execution of plays before and after halftime. And that wins games. We saw the All Blacks beat the Wallabies this weekend off the back of that, scoring points before halftime and right after halftime. Springboks do that. So Reinach scores just before halftime. They go into the halftime break at 10-13, so they're 3 points behind, and they come out and Mark scores just after halftime as well, and they take the lead. And that's that championship minutes. That's where you turn the screws on. That's where games are won or lost, is the 10 minutes before and after halftime. I don't know why it's that, but that just seems to work out. You got Reinach scoring before halftime, Mark scoring just after halftime, and that's where Springboks take the lead, and then they don't give the lead back throughout the whole game. How good was Malcolm Marx throughout the whole game? He's a beast over the ball. Try and stop him. Try and get him off the ball. When he gets his hands on the ball, it's an unmovable object. And he was unreal throughout the game. Scored his 2 tries. Good at line-out throws, obviously strong over the ball, strong ball carries. It was one of his better Springbok games or better Springbok performances for sure. And they definitely just started to tighten the screws there. Kobus Reinach gets his second try off the back of just wave after wave of Springboks coming around the corner, wave after wave. It's like J-Bay on a good day. try and stop him. It's just wave after Bokke, after wave after Bokke, over the ad line. You're trying to hold on. You're getting smashed. And then they score off the back of it. 2 for Reinach, then 2 for Malcolm Marx. And J-Bay, on a good day, just keeps rolling on. And it's very, very hard to stop. Impact from the bench was unreal as well. Wilco Low, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, RG Snyman, Kwagga Smith when he came on, really good, bringing that energy, bringing that physicality. And that's where teams really struggle to hold on, is when the Bokke bring their subs on and they just go to it. They just lift it up a bit. Colby gives Los Pumas another gift try. Last week it was a dropout straight to Chocobaras and he scored. This week it's an intercept. Dalgi collects and runs 50 meters to go score. Colby, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing, bro? How about score a couple of tries of yourself? Yeah, he's obviously done wonders in the Bok jersey, but he's had 2 blunders the past 2 weeks. Very, very funny. Luckily, it didn't cost Springboks the game. They go on and they just go on to win. The Bokke go on to win. To think that they started off massive defeat versus the Wallabies to winning the Rugby Championship. How good. Touching on Los Pumas quickly. Good early on. That first 30 minutes was all Los Pumas. Interplay between backs and forwards, good passing, good options. What I loved, what they were counteracting Springboks' rush defense was the short little passes, but in depth. Having guys running short and then having the short passes out the back. More passes, more options, but short passes, right? So those long passes sometimes can work, but it also gives the defense opportunity to turn around and go and catch the guys. The short passes, because the defense is coming in trying to shut you down, you're giving those short passes. It's got options. You're allowing guys then to draw those defenders and play someone on. They don't have to throw a quick ball. It's a quick short ball because the defense is rushing up. And they did that really well. Dalgi scored a try off the back of it, but that was off the back of also shifting the Springboks side to side, having options, being clinical, looking after their own ball, and ruck speed. Los Pumas ruck speed in that first 30 minutes, no one could hold on them. They could barely hold on. They were very quick. Scrum-off was there playing it. Carreras had options. Chocobaras had options. They all had options, and they were rounding those off, and it really worked well. At this point, you're like, damn, the Los Pumas have come to play. They go into the break 13-10, but Springboks just turned it on. Vivas, the yellow card, shoulder to head on Etzebeth, and then Springboks just turned it on there. Piled on the points, piled on the pressure. Dalgi did get the intercept, and there was a lovely cross kick from Santi Carreras late for Iskro to score in the corner, and that brought that score just a little bit tighter, only 2 points in it then. But Springboks had done enough to win this one. And they create history. Back to back. Springboks go. I thought Peter Steph du Toit was really good as well for the Bokke, just everywhere. That number 7 with the blonde hair, you see him everywhere. He was everywhere. Tackles, carries, cleans, more tackles, passes, more cleans. Just everywhere. He was fantastic. He was probably my man of the match. I thought Damien Allender played well as well. Strong tackles, come up against Chocobaras, who's probably the form centre of the Rugby Championship this year, and I thought he really played well there. Malia was probably my standout for Los Pumas. Really good at contesting the ball, did really well. There was his first game playing on left wing, and I thought he did well in that regard. But the Boks have done enough. They win the championship again, and probably the most competitive rugby championship. The Bokke go out and win it in a different way to how they won it last year. They've come out this year and shown that they can score points. They can throw a young team out there, score points from anywhere on the field, score lovely tries, play lovely running rugby, attractive rugby you want to pay for to watch. Fantastic. And just adding to the trophy cabinet for one, but adding to the depth of the Bokke squad moving forward, because now you've thrown guys in there now that are pushing pushing the older players. They're pushing for spots. Ethan Hooker has been unreal this year. Obviously, Sasha Feinberg has come in and shown what he's worth. Damien Willems has shown what he's worth in 2 positions. Kanan Moody has shown his worth at outside centre. It's been a massive tournament for the Bokke, not just because they've won it, but what they've done outside of it, what they've done with the involvement of their play, for one, how they play a game, how they can beat teams, and then how they've developed their squad and how they've rotated their squad. And now that these guys that were just coming into the squad have been given opportunity, have taken that opportunity with both hands, and now putting pressure on everyone else in the squad. And that's what you want, that competitiveness within the squad. Guys, 3 or 4 guys going at the same position, going at each other. That's what you want, and that's what builds a strong squad moving forward. Absolutely. Well done to the Bokke. Well done to everyone involved. Well done to the fans as well. Loved it. What did you guys think of this game? What did you think of the tournament? I will be doing a end of tournament review. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.